I'm glad we could miraculously pull this off so quickly. And Jai, it looks like you're in Israel?
Yes, yes. I mean, it could also be that Yair is in India. That is correct. But he looks like he owns this room, so
renting. I'm renting.
Well, I noted that the Israeli flag is right in the center, so that was
that's
something that
yes.
I was working with. Well, again, I'm really grateful that everyone was able to come together on such short notice. Let me just start by saying that I think, as you all know very well, we have made strengthening ties with our closest allies and partners a central tenet of our foreign policy. And I think bringing friends together in new ways, we're making these partnerships even greater than the sum of their parts. And I think that's what, in part, this gathering is about. Sitting here in Washington, I can say very simply, with Israel, with the UAE, with India, we have three of our most important strategic partners. And given so many overlapping interests, energy, climate, trade, regional security, this seemed like a really interesting and good idea to try and use this unique format and very complementary capabilities in many areas to just see if we can get more things done on a practical basis to the benefit of people in each of our countries. That's the idea. As when we were meeting in Washington just last week with Abdullah and with Yair, we were just talking about this and just the notion of doing things that are very practically focused. So that's I think that's the basic idea. I'd invite each of you, anything you want to say at the outset, and then I know we have an agenda that we can try to follow in the time that we have.
Tony, if I may just say a word on your colleague, Secretary Powell's passing. What a great gentleman.
Yes.
We were all honored to see him, get to know him as a human being, but also I was honored to know him as a colleague. Please pass our condolences, but also it also always reminds us how our relationship is beyond our governments. It's personal, and we really remember his wise ideas, thoughts, beliefs, strong beliefs. So we are absolutely praying for his family at the moment. Now, Yair and Tony were very gracious the other day when they proposed the idea. Minister Jaishankar is an old friend, I could say, of me personally, but also India and UAE has such a strong and diverse relationship. And in some ways, we are quite halfway between most of you physically, but the UAE is the newest member of a relationship which has been growing with Israel. I'm very proud of that and delighted to see only in 1 year what we've managed. But Yair, you were mentioning how we can move this from G to G to B to B. And if we as four governments have managed to move things in 4 days, this quick. Now the question is how fast our businesses could move. We keep on making a fuss about how our bureaucracies are slow, and I think each one of us has their issues with bureaucracies, but I'm sure our businesses will be quite amazed how we can pull this through this quickly, and we'll see how long it take to take the initiative. So I'm really very honored to be part of such wise individuals.
Thank you. Let me sort of also add my opening thoughts. I mean, first of all, the three of you are among the closest relationships we have, if not the closest that we do. Tony, I completely share your sentiment that instead of three bilaterals, when we come together, I'm very confident we'll be able to do very much more than we were to do in pairings of two. In fact, today I was sharing with Yair some of our experiences with the Quad, and some of the very practical outcomes we had in September. For example, how we actually have got a serious vaccine initiative going, which no bilateral relationship in itself would have probably managed to do. So I think it's very clear on the big issues of our times. We all think very similarly. And what would be helpful would be if we could agree on some practical themes to work upon, and then try to see really how we can get that going. It could be on a B2B field. It could be kind of a mix, a hybrid mix. It could involve, if you are looking at, I would say trusted technologies. It could involve a mix of government and business. Again, if we could today think of a few practical propositions which we can apply ourselves to, we can see how much we can motivate our businesses. So delighted to be with you all, and I'm so glad you had such a wonderful trilateral, and I'm the beneficiary of that.